Welcome everyone. I hope you guys are doing well today. We have more Virche Evermore. I am very excited for this. We're going to continue with Mathis's route. We got some sadness in the beginning of this route. Definitely Mathis was not feeling well after Barreau was killed. He couldn't have the revenge for his brother like he wanted. But working as a maid for him and his family, technically just him and John, honestly. We also found out that John has a sweetheart and they both don't want to be relivers because they want their love for each other to still be alive, which is cute as hell. But sucks they can't meet. I hope he's actually telling us the truth. I want to believe in John. Surely John would never betray us or be bad, or nothing ever is going to happen to him. Once they really revealed the whole having lovers and I wanted to be a reliver thing, I got a bit scared for him, so hopefully he'll be fine. Please pray for me as we hope this man is good. Everything's been alright so far in Mathis's route. A bit too happy for my liking considering the genre and story of this Otobe. I am not too sure if we're going to get any bad things yet, but we're just going to go ahead and continue. And we will pray for all happiness for this man. Happiness. Also, I am attempting to multi-stream to Twitch. I'm not sure if I really like it, to tell you the truth. It took a while to set everything up, and apparently Twitch has an TOS that you can't have chat for other platforms up on your stream, and I kind of like having chat up, so chat's not up today. Honestly, not sure if I'm going to continue multi-streaming. I just wanted to try it out for like a day or two and see how I like it. To tell you the truth, I have not used my Twitch channel in like a year and a half, so it's kind of not alive at this point. Everything's just been YouTube for me for the past year. But anyway, we are continuing. The night's darkness sank into the ocean, and only the stars were visible to guide the way. Moving through the silence were two shadows. The two young women wandered the shore with a bottle filled with water and flowers. Right, deliverer, so he could probably take them out of this island if he wanted to, question mark. Her indigo dress rippled in the wind as she voiced her doubts. The woman with the navy hair ornament assured her friend of the deliverer's arrival. Answering their wishes was a single man walking across the sand. Face reveal, maybe? Why, good evening, ladies. Do you seek safe passage to freedom? Oh, I don't trust that. They don't really know who the deliverer looks like either. If you give me the flower of life that resides within you, I, the deliverer, shall take you anywhere you wish. Oh, don't tell me he's gonna kill them. Yeah, I think he killed them, chat. RIP to those girls, unfortunately. One day, at noon.
ルイ君? ええ、もちろん覚えているわよ。両親に虐待されていたところを偶然私が保護して、あなたに預けた男の子だったわよね。あれからもう10年以上経つけれど、元気にしている？ええ、今はうちの臨時職員として立派に働いてくれています。ただ、ずっと暗い地下に閉じ込められていたせいか、暗所恐怖症になってしまったみたいで、夜に部屋の明かりが消えると泣き叫んでしまうんです。シスターサロメ、彼の過去の傷をうまく癒せるいい方法はないでしょうか？そうね。無理に克服しようとすると、かえって悪化するでしょうから。
I happened to hear mother in a discussion with a sister from another orphanage.
あら、これからマティス君のところに行くの？
Yeah, I think I have work. Yes, I'm sorry to disturb your conversation. I was trying to leave quietly so that I wouldn't get in their way, but mother stopped me regardless. She gave the sister a quiet nod before coming over to see me off.
毎日楽しそうに通っているし、仕事については心配していないけれど、
Ooh, I love this close-up on Mother. We can really see her eyes better.
時間にだけは気をつけなさいね。この間もあなたがなかなか帰ってこないから、みんなで心配してたのよ。
As I nodded in response to her concern, I suddenly recalled something. I never knew that you were acquainted with the Mathis' family before, Mother.
ええ、昔にふとした縁で知り合ってからとても親切にしていただいて、この施設を設立したばかりの頃、必要な教材を用意してくれたのもクロード夫妻なの。
Oh, that's interesting. They were nice enough to give funds to help build this orphanage. They weren't nice enough to their own child. I didn't know that. Oh, that's rough. Horrible people do good things sometimes. If so, then meant we actually owed our safe and comfortable home to Mathis' parents.
でも、ちょうどマティス君のお兄さんが生まれた頃に、いろいろな事情で疎遠になってしまってね。
Okay, so this is before they had kids. So it is quite a few years. All right. Interesting. How old is Mathis? Mathis said he's 17. So more than 17 years ago was when they were killed.
私はマティス君という第二子が生まれたことすら知らなかったわ。
I bet more than 17 years ago is when they helped out Mother.
それどころか、クロード夫妻が殺されたことさえ。こんなことなら、無理をしてでも二人に会いに行くべきだったわ。今なら少しだけ復讐にこだわっていたマティス君の気持ちが理解できるわね。
Mother. Knowing that is she lying? Because we saw Mother, at least heard a voice sounding like her on the scene of the crime when Burrell's face got melted by that acid. And by Mathis's account, Burrell is what killed his brother.
ごめんなさい。立ち話で話す内容じゃなかったわね。いってらっしゃい。私の友人の子にどうぞよろしくね。
I don't want to be suspicious of Mother, but there is some suspicion on her.
両親とシスター・サロメの思い出の品ですか?
Mathis stopped writing upon hearing my question.
少なくとも僕に心当たりはないです。そもそも施設の支援に両親が関わっていたというお話自体初めて耳にしました。ジャンや兄さんも聞かされていないと思います。
'Cause this was before any of you guys were born. I see. I was hoping to find something, even a letter that might lift Mother's spirits, but I expected that there might be nothing at all, so I wasn't too let down. Mathis seemed to be sorry that it wasn't of much help, and as he reached out for another sheet of writing paper.
あれ?
His hand slipped across the bare table.
原稿用紙がない。さっき使ったので最後だったんだ。
Would you like me to go out and buy some more? John usually went out to purchase the paper, but as he was in the middle of bookkeeping, I thought it best not to bother him now.
それは助かりますが、原稿用紙を売っているお店わからないですよね。シュディのマルシェは少し入り組んでいるので、闇雲に探すと迷ってしまいますよ。
But you want to continue writing, right? It'll be faster for me to go and buy them. I can ask John for the location.
でも。
What's wrong? Mathis stopped speaking suddenly and was silent for a moment. A few seconds pass, and after showing a bit of hesitation,
なら。
Are you gonna go with me? He abruptly stood up from his seat and looked at me with resolve.
僕も一緒に行きます。
Okay, okay.
そのお店には前に一度だけちゃんと行ったことがあるので。
Huh? But I thought Mathis wasn't in the habit of going outside the mansion, apart from investigating the murders. Okay, this is first time out too after the whole Barreau incident, so that is good. He needed some outside time out of the mansion. We stood outside to do some personal shopping for Mathis. I changed my clothes and went with him to Chetta's busy marché. The marché here was very lively, but... Are you okay? Just stick next to me and hold my hand. For people who did not do well in crowds, it could be a real challenge. As expected, Mathis's eyes darted around suspiciously the moment he stepped into the marché. His body tensed each time he came in close proximity of the shoppers. Mathis, maybe you shouldn't force yourself. He shook his head.
大丈夫です。このぐらいの人混み、すぐに慣れてみせますから。
Oh! Are you okay? I'm so sorry, bro. Mathis, I'm so sorry. Are you okay, sweetie? People are just rude these days. I'm so sorry.
ごめんなさい。
Oh my god. We just need to keep this guy close attached to our hip.
あら、ごめんなさいね。でも坊やもこんなところで立ち止まったらダメよ。
Okay. That was a bit nicer. Bro, he's being tossed around like a rag doll. Each time Mathis tried to avoid someone, he kept moving against the crowd and bumped into someone else. With every apology, Mathis grew more pale and his breathing became unstable. It reminded me of the past. It's just like when I was little, scared how everyone looked at me. When we're saving? We're gonna hold his hand. It's gonna make him embarrassed, but I think it's better to keep him by our side like that. If I recall correctly, Adolphe used to do this when I was in a similar situation. I gently took Mathis's hand. Mathis, it's me. Don't worry. You don't have to be scared. I know how hard it is to be around so many people. It can be scary and suffocating. So why don't we head someplace open? Paz, hello, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. How are you doing today? I am wonderful. I hope you are well. Attempting to multi-stream on Twitch and YouTube. Not sure how I like it, but I'm gonna try out for today and we'll see the results after. We're romancing pretty fictional men in this game. Mathis is a cutie and there's a lot of angst in this one though. You may be able to breathe more easily. Just look at him, he's such a cutie. The art in this game is really good. Every guy here is gorgeous. The angst, yeah. In this world, once you reach 23, you just die basically. But you can have a cloned body and then put your consciousness into that. So there's lots of drama in this game. I somehow led Mathis out of the crowd to the fountain located at the center of the march. It is crazy. In our girl MC, she's basically like death incarnate. So people she hangs out with just end up dying. And so many people have died around her all her life. I gently dipped Mathis's fingertips into the fountain to calm him down. I hope it would help him recognize that he was free from the crowded area now. Do you feel better? Then that's tough. It is really, really tough for her because she just wants to help people, but she feels like she's a burden to everyone. But she's doing a lot better actually in the story now.
はい。なんとかご迷惑をおかけしてすみません。
Oh, you're such a sweetie, Mathis. Still pale, Mathis covered his mouth with a handkerchief as he nodded in response.
あなたやイブさんたちと出会って 少しは人見知りが治ったと思っていたんですが、皆さんが特別なだけで、やっぱり僕、人そのものが怖いみたいです。
Yeah, it's really good. I like the development of her so far. Oh, when we first met him, bro was really embarrassed and shy at this time. I remember how scared he was when we first met. I understand how you feel. I was afraid of people and the way they looked at me. It even made me cry at times. But that was because I was deaf. There is no reason anyone should detest Mathis. I was wondering, is there a reason why you have such a hard time being around other people? Is it the way his parents raised him? Because they were horrible people. I decided to ask directly so that I could figure out the source of this problem. You don't have to share if you don't want to.
いえ、いつかはあなたにもお話ししようと思っていましたから。ただ、本当に大した理由じゃないんです。自分でもあのぐらいの過去でどうしてここまで怯えるのかよくわからなくて。
Trauma related? Understandable.
聞いたらあなたもきっと呆れてしまうかと。
Mathis looked down with embarrassment as he slowly began to tell me about his past. Okay, this had something to do with his parents because they definitely traumatized this child. First, let me give a brief explanation about my family. The former heads of the Claude family. I spoke before about my Reliver parents, but they served the royal family as officials and worked to publish books for distribution throughout the country. My brother's name was Camille Claude. He was athletic and smart, but never boasted about his talents. He really was like the hero of a story. He was admired by everyone he met. As for me, I was born timid and shy. I was a normal child with no special talents to be proud of. So it was obvious that people would compare me to my brother. My parents both came from distinguished families and were talented themselves. To them, I was just an eyesore with no redeeming qualities. Well, it started off as resentment. His parents just keep getting worse and worse. First, just locking this poor child up in the basement for hours on end, and now beating him? It didn't take long for the behavior to transition into abuse. The reason why people didn't know I was born. Oh my god. So yeah, so Lobe mother did say she didn't even know they had kids, especially Mathis. So basically no one really knew about him. That's even worse than I expected. My parents locked me inside the mansion out of embarrassment to avoid disgracing the family's reputation. Sometimes, they would get angry to the point that they couldn't even look at me. Can we end the flashback? It became common practice for them to lock me away in a cold and dark room, with no food or clothing to keep me warm. I spent countless hours all alone in the terrifying darkness, shaking with fear. the sort of simple fear that penetrated my core and became cornerstone of my youth. Each time I was locked away, I nearly drowned in my own tears from solitude and hunger. Okay, can we not do any more of Mathis's past? Because Jesus Christ!
毎日毎日そんな罵声と暴力を受けながら過ごしていたら、また誰かの機嫌を損ねたら何かしらの罰を与えられるんじゃ。自分を否定する言葉を叩きつけられるんじゃ。そんなことばかりを考えるようになってしまって、気づいたら人間そのものを怖がり、ろくに話すこともできない臆病者になっていました。
But you experienced such a painful life. Why do you look down on yourself over a valid reason like that?
だって両親が怒るのは僕がクロード家にふさわしくない出来損ないとして生まれたせいです。いわば自業自得です。
Sensing my uneasiness, Mathis forced a smile as he spoke.
強がりではなく、僕は本当に自分が恵まれていると思っているんです。だってこんな僕にも絶対の味方であろうとしてくれた大切な人たちがいましたから。
His brother and John. They were none other than my brother Camille and John, the butler in training who served my brother. Whenever my parents tried to hurt me, the two of them would stand in their way to shield me, even if they got hurt themselves.
ようマティス、今夜は特別に冷えるな。今日はお肉も確保できました。ここで温め直していただきましょう。
I like how young John and Camille are pretty nonchalant when they're speaking to Mathis. Like, they don't want him to panic or anything. They just try to keep him calm and loved. Even when I was locked away, they would sneak inside through the small window. They even gave me a special gift so that I wouldn't be lonely.
小説？ああ、外の国の本を参考にして冒険譚を書いてみたんだ。主人公は俺に仕える従者はジャン、そして頼りになる相棒はもちろんお前だ。僕なんかが兄さんの？なんだよ、不満なのか？すごく嬉しい。どんな物語を書いたの？
That was why I liked novels. I was left alone and locked away, but novels allowed me to escape into new worlds. My brother would find time between his studies to read to me through the story he thought up with John.
3人で身を寄せ合いながら古いランプで照らした兄さんの小説を読む。僕の一番幸せだった記憶だから、本当に僕はかわいそうな子なんかじゃなかったんですよ。
He said so in such a happy way. It's as if novels are tangible proof of the precious bond you share with your brother. There is no way I could dismiss his happiness with words of pity.
はい。でも
But?
最近その一番を
Oh?
あなたと過ごす時間が奪いそうになっていて、少し戸惑っていたりします。
Hmm? CG! Oh, look at him. Oh, look at them together. What's up, buddy?
長話をしてしまってすみません。もう行きましょう。
Prism, hello, welcome. He is this cutie. That is Mathis Claude from Virche. This game is lots of angst. We're only at the happy part right now, but the story, dear God, has all of my tears. Mathis held my hand tightly as he made our way through the crowd again. The sight of Cohen residents walking with the unfamiliar Mathis drew everyone's attention. One after another, people who passed us stared with curiosity. Each time that happened, I could feel Mathis's hand tense up, but he seemed determined not to let go of my hand. Mathis?
大丈夫。僕は大丈夫にならないといけないんです。昔とは違って今の僕にはあなたや皆さんがいるんだから。
Only quality of games? Yes, this one is highly, highly recommended, and I love it so far. Lots of world building too.
孤独を言い訳にうずくまることはもうできない。したくない。それにあなただってずっと心ない言葉をかけてきた。人間に恐怖を抱いてきたのに、誰かを恨むこともなくうつむいてでも外に出ることを選んだんだ。だから今度は僕がそんなあなたを一番大切な人
Mathis, stop!
守れるように
Oh my god.
ならないと。
Mathis, does this count as a confession? Did we get a confession already? Precious. His words sounded so reliable and reassuring. It was strange. I was thinking about how I could protect and support him, but when had the friend in front of me turned into a bed? Oh my god! We're already at that stage? Bro, is this where the angst starts happening? It's too happy for this game. I was heading back to the orphanage after another day of work. I had a book held tightly to my chest. I remember the exchange we had at the shop. We purchased Mathis's papers and were about to leave when...
あ、この本写本じゃない。外の国から流れ着いた原本だ。
Expensive, right? He picked up a small book, the cover which showed slight damage beyond normal wear. Is it common for originals to be sold in a place like this?
もちろん無断ではダメです。
Alright.
けど研究所や城で内容を確認され、学術的娯楽的価値がないと判断された場合には拾った人が所有権を得られます。そうなればあとは売るも譲渡するも自由です。
Alright. So if the royal family and the research institute has no needs for this, then anyone can use or sell it. I
こ
gotcha.
れは見た限り
Ooh.
愛を題材にした詩の本みたいですね。
It was common knowledge that people of this country would lose their sense of love one day. So it wasn't surprising that the book was deemed worthless. At least, that was what Mathis said. As for me,
この本気になるんですか？
you gonna buy it? Yes, especially after hearing John speak so fondly about his lover. I'm curious about how people of other countries express love and what they say to each other. Then again, It doesn't mean much if I don't know the language.
読めますよ。
Huh?
この国の言葉、以前に少しだけ勉強したことがあるので、よければ僕が教えます。資料だってお貸しできます。
Mathis quickly walked to the shop counter. He called for the owner, then paid for the book without hesitation.
なので、僕はいつもあなたに素敵な言葉を送ってもらってばかりだから、お礼にどうぞ。
Oh, he's just so precious. I can't handle this man. He held out the book that contained words of love from another world. Are you sure?
はい。以前からちゃんと日頃のお礼をしなきゃなって考えていたんです。
Mathis blushed and smiled sweetly.
改めて言うのも少し恥ずかしいですが。
Mathis gently took my hand and had me accept the book. He then apologized in advance for stumbling over his words.
いつも美味しい料理をありがとう。僕にいつも綺麗な言葉を送ってくれてありがとう。たくさんの愛が詰まっているこの本は優しいあなたにぴったりのものだと思います。僕はもう取り戻せない過去よりもあなたと共に過ごす今が一番幸せです。
I closed my eyes for a moment. In my mind, I could still see Mathis's smile, which made me want to hug the book with all of my might. It was only because I knew it was so fragile that I managed to refrain from doing so. Until now, I had been worried that what I said to Mathis made him feel overly burdened. But instead, he was encouraged. He thought the words were wonderful. He said that he felt the happiest with me. All this time, he looked down on himself and thought of himself as a coward. That was why I was so touched by his words, knowing how much strength it took. I'm so happy. I had killed so many people as death. I never thought the day would come that I would receive such a beautiful gift. It felt as though I was living in a story of my own. So it's just happiness from here on out, right? Please? Adolf, hello! It's been a while since I've seen you. Yes, I was reading it using the materials Mathis put together for me. And based on his translation, it says here, are you there? I cannot remember your name, nor your face, for you appeared in my dreams but once. Surely, you must be my beloved. I wish to see you. Where are you? If I could but touch you, if I could but kiss you. I cannot bear this much longer. I love you above all else. At least, I think that's what it says. This poem seems to be written about faraway love, don't you think? Bro, accept it. I pouted with disappointment. Fine, then here. You forgot these clothes last time. I've already washed them, so you can wear them right away. Are you heading back to the corpse? He looked at me as if to ask about my plans. I'm heading out to the Marche later, since Mother forgot to buy some eggs when he went shopping. Adolphe offered to walk me part of the way, so we set off together down the road to the march. I keep saying march, but I'm pretty sure it's just march. As we neared the corpse's base, we suddenly heard the loud crash of something grinding against the ground.
この先にあるシュディのマルシェからか?
Did Mathis drive? Curious, we rushed over together and discovered a familiar car surrounded by a huge crowd. Is it Mathis's car?
事故か?
Hearing adults mumbling, one of the onlookers turned around.
いや、歩行者に接触しかけただけで怪我人は出ていないよ。
Okay.
ただ、車に乗っていた人がとんでもない大物でさ。
Hmm? A big shot. Not Mathis? Wait, it is. Adolphe. Isn't that car... Oh, him!
ごめんなさい。
Is that who...
うちの運転手さんがハンドル操作を間違えちゃったみたいなんです。
Who's driving? Cien? I don't think Cien can drive. Last time when Mathis drove, Cien was about to throw up. Though Mathis drives like crazy. Was it Cien? I knew it.
あいつか.
No wonder there was a crowd. And the pedestrian who almost got hit was... Is that Mathis?
だった。
Mathis and John!
じゃあ、大丈夫?
John, survive, please. I can't have you die, would be. It was John, of all people. Despite being the victim, he was busy calming down Dahoot, who kept apologizing over and over. Bro. Are you alright? Hey! Adolphe and I quickly headed over and skipped the formalities.
怪我人がいないなら、まずは車を移動させろ。お前らが集まると無駄に人目を集める。
I glanced into the car's backseat. And he's sleeping! Cien, bro, how did you sleep through all of that?
一番人目を集めるこいつが一切動こうとしないからな。
I could see Cien yawning lazily. Bro. Of course it's Cien. After we moved the car to the Claude mansion, we learned the details of the situation. It seemed that Mathis was out shopping with John, in an attempt to train himself to go out more. Cien and the others in the car were headed to the march to buy some groceries. It was then that the driver missed a turn and almost struck the two from behind. Fortunately, John noticed the oncoming car and quickly pulled Mathis away in the nick of time.
本当にこの衛兵を呼ばなくていいんだな。
What are they gonna do?
はい。僕もジャンも軽く転んだだけで怪我はありませんから。呼んだ方が事態が悪化しそうですし。
ですが、そちらの運転手の方には研究所側でしっかり注意をしていただきたく。
Dahoot tapped his chest and said that he would take care of everything.
でも久しぶりの再会がこんな形になっちゃうなんて本当に申し訳ないです。怪我以外に所持品が壊れたりはしてません？してたらこちらで弁償しますから。
At Dahoot's offer, Mathis and John patted their pockets to make sure.
僕は大丈夫ですね。もともと財布以外に持ち物はありませんでしたから。
俺の方も特には。
Suddenly, something dropped to John's feet. It struck the ground and bounced over to Dahoot sitting next to the car.
首飾り。
Wait, does that have his beloved's picture?
それにしてはなんだか質素というか変わった形ですね。
I'm so curious, but I want to give him privacy. Dahu picked up the item from the ground, and Cian peered from behind with interest.
それ確かジャンが恋人の写真を入れている開閉式の蓋の首
Oh
飾り
no. Please tell me the lover was real.
ああ、それじゃあ転んだ際に蓋が壊れて開いちゃったんですね。なら僕の方で修理の手配を。
いえ、自分で直せますので結構です。
でも
本当に大丈夫ですから。それは俺の大事なものなので、すぐに返していただけると助かります。
はあ、
Hmm.
本当にいいんですか？
This scene, I don't want to say suspicious, but a little suspicious. Like, obviously, he would want to keep something precious for himself and just fix it instead of giving it to someone else, but I'm still curious about his whole lover thing. Seeing that he was quite sure about not having it fixed, Dahoud approached John to return the necklace. As Dahoud extended his hand to return it.
待て。
Oh no. Are you about to expose something? Cian grabbed Dahoud's arm to stop him from going any further. We were surprised by how sharp his expression was, given how bored he looked earlier as usual again.
クロード家の末っ子ならともかく、なぜ一階の執事がそんなものを持っている？
What's wrong with him having it? What are we questioning? Are you hiding something, John?
それにその女は
Yes?
悪趣味だな。
What does that mean? Damn! That's kind of rude. Cian, you're killing me. You don't just tell someone that. Shock and silence filled the air. Mathis and I stood dumbfounded by what Cian was saying. I could see Adolphe and Dahoud looking at him with bewildered expressions. Despite the solid pressure from Cian, John was calm.
あなたにとってはそうでも、俺にとって彼女は
Who
この世
is
で
it?
一番素晴らしい女性ですから。
He gently took Cian's hand off of Dahoud's arm and took back the necklace with a smile. Cian looked similarly unbothered by John's response.
そんな反論しかしないということは、ある程度の自覚はあるということか。
Who? Who's in the locket? Please, you're making this so suspicious. They seemed to circle a subject that the rest of us couldn't seem to figure out.
まあいい。俺もその程度で騒ぎ立てるほど暇ではない。言い訳をしなかった潔さに免じて猶予をくれてやる。
Oh, how gracious of you.
俺の気が変わる前に叱るべき手続きを取るんだな。
Paperwork.
ご温情、痛み入ります。
Cian waved his hand, then headed back into the back seat of the car. Cian's the type of guy, he only interacts with things he finds interesting. So that whole exchange is definitely really, really important. I don't know how or why yet. But John is even more suspicious after that. And as usual, Dahoud followed while voicing disapproval of Cian's behavior.
ああ、もう人様の恋人をけなすなんて、シアンさんってば最低。悪魔、寝不足が恋人の人でなし。そんなんじゃ一生結婚なんてできませんからね。
I don't think Cian's worried about getting married. After apologetically bowing his head to John over and over, he continued scolding Cian as he joined them in the car heading back.
シアンさんが変わった人なのは知ってたけど、人の恋人にいきなりあんなことを言うなんて、いくらなんでもひどすぎます。
He said that for a reason too. I didn't take him for the type to say such unfound things. When I say you're a psychopath, I mean waifu for laifu? If there's a version for husband though, then that's totally me.
ああ、俺も妙な違和感を覚えた。
Yeah, Cian wouldn't just say that just to say that. He had meaning behind his words.
嫌みったらしい挑発や皮肉ならともかく、子供でも浮かびそうな単なる悪口なんて、あいつが言うか。
確かにそうですが、どんな理由があっても僕はしばらく許せそうにないです。
Despite our outrage and confusion, the person who should have been the most was simply looking on with the worried smile.
いいのですよ、坊ちゃん。確かに彼女をけなされたことには少々答えましたが、この国ではリライバー化で確実に消える恋愛感情は軽視されがちです。
I feel like it's definitely more than that though, but okay.
恋人の写真を肌身離さず持っているというのを気味悪がる人は少なからずいるでしょう。
John.
申し訳ありません。まだ買い物の途中でしたが、少し気分を変えてきても。
僕のことは気にしないでいいから、ゆっくりしてきて。
ありがとうございます。ではまた後ほど。
After a short bow, John took his leave from the premises. We're gonna have to go back to that one and do some one-on-one time with John, right? With a strange encounter ending on an even stranger note, Adolphe headed back to the corpse base. As for me, after doing groceries at the march, I headed back to the orphanage to deliver the eggs, but something about John didn't seem right, which worried me quite a bit. I'm glad we picked up on that and all of us realized that scene was weird. That exchange between Tien and John was not right. There's something more to it. But I don't know if John's really gonna say anything to us. He's very secretive about his lover, at least showing what she looks like. So I headed back to the Claude family mansion to be with Mathis and await John's return. Is he actually gonna tell us anything or is he gonna dodge the subject? But he didn't show up at all, even after dinner time. I'm actually joking, hold on. Oh my god. Wiping Mathis's hair after he bathes? That is a dream come true. Look at this precious, precious child.
はい。ただでさえ恋人と会うことができない状況なのに。
Oh, he's so pretty. Oh, he's so pretty.
他人からあんなことまで言われたら、いくら優しいジャンでも傷つきます。
I was drying Mathis's wet hair after his bath, since John wasn't here to do so himself. Can I see the night outfit that Mathis is wearing? A bit cute and lacy. Is it like a nightgown? Because if he wears one of those, I am in heaven. Mathis was worried about his butler's whereabouts, but...
もう大丈夫です。
You'll get sick though.
放っておけば自然と整いますから。
He must have noticed that the way I dried his hair was different from how John did it. My way of doing it must make him feel uneasy, or he's just embarrassed. Absolutely not. Your hair is really pretty, so it needs to be dried well. And if you catch a cold from this, you won't be able to work on your novel.
それって子供扱いですか?
Huh?
あなたと僕は一つしか年齢は違わないのに。
I'm not treating you like a child, I promise. I could hear the frustration in his voice. Yes, I know that. I may have treated you like a child before, but... over time, I stopped seeing you as a boy and started seeing you as a man.
なら平気です。
Oh, it's fine now that you know my real reasoning.
子供扱いは嫌ですか？
Okay.
あなたと触れ合えるのは
Understandable. He is the youngest out of all the love interests in this game.
とても嬉しいのでいつか僕も
He giggled before he continued.
あなたのその日だまりの髪
This innocent question, but it takes him so much courage. Sure. Not that my hair is anything special. I carefully worked on his hair in a way that hid my flustered expression. I gently lifted off the back so I could dry his nape when... On the back of his neck, I discovered a small round mark that appeared to be a wound or a bruise. What is that? It's kind of metallic once I look closer. Does he know this is there? What is this? Out of curiosity, I touched the mark. You good? I'm sorry. I was concerned by this mark on the back of your neck.
不意打ちでこんないたずらをするなんて
Does he not know? No, like, you probably can't see it properly, but if I look closely, it looks kind of metallic, like a screw or something. Bro, do not do this to me, I swear to God.
君は相変わらずの小悪魔だな
Mathis, wait. Huh? Me. Up to mischief. We at least know Mathis did have a childhood. He has memories of him as a child, but now I'm questioning, because this looks metallic. So, there's no shot bro, it's like a robot or android, right? I couldn't remember pulling any pranks on Mathis before. Are we gonna go over that? Mathis? Are you falling asleep? Okay, no, we're not just passing over that scene. There's no shot. I looked at the clock and noticed how late it had gotten. What? As expected, Mathis has fallen asleep in a peculiar fashion.
君との幸せな時間がずっと 続くと
Stop it. He murmured happily as he drifted into a peaceful slumber. At that moment, the heavy door opened quietly, bringing in an unusual interruption to his sleep. Is John back?
ただいま戻りました。ご心配をおかけし、申し訳ありません。
Welcome back. I hope you're good.
それと、坊ちゃんとあなたにお客様がいらしております。
I'm sorry? Some who? Behind John was... Hey, you're all in your corpse uniforms. What is it?
お前たちに重要な話がある。
Bro, what the fuck happens? Please, what are you doing? Adolph and company were here in their corpse uniform. The sound of their footsteps, and the sight of them all together, was enough to have Mathis wide awake in an instant. Was it more Barreau killings? Because Uncle told us all these weird deaths haven't... Missing prostitutes, yeah, from the beginning of this chapter, okay. Oh, wait, we can see a bit of his night clothes, and they're kind of cute. Mathis raised his head abruptly at Adolph's report.
なんで奴は死んだはずなのに
Do we really have any connections between the missing prostitutes and Barreau, though?
ああ、やっ
Yeah, I guess we do have, at least we do have a connection.
初めて会った時にそれらしいことを言いかけてたもんな。
はい。でも、
For some reason, Mathis looked at me reluctantly. If it's a private matter, I can leave the room.
いや、俺たちとしては
Oh god.
君にもちゃんと事情を説明しておきたい。
Okay.
君も女性なんだから、今回の事件に巻き込まれないとも限らないし。
What do you mean exactly? Mathis and the others nodded to each other, and Eve continued.
前に、リュカ先生と君に、ある女性を探してるって言ったよね。
Yeah?
実は彼女、主にシュリーの男性を相手に商売をしていた、娼婦だったんだ。
Huh? He then went into detail. It started in Cohen a few years ago. Women began to disappear on a periodic basis, many of them who made their living as prostitutes. Some cases were pursued after their friends grew concerned that they might have been involved in accidents. But whether they were dead or alive, everything was left unexplained, and things had come to a standstill.
俺もこの件については今まで全然知らなかったんだ。
So this has been going on a few years, but it comes in periods.
でも聞き込みをしているうちに同じような行方不明者がここ数週間で一気に増えたことが分かって。
これは何かあるんじゃねえかと調査を始めたら、結構前から起きてる事件だって分かったわけだ。
俺がイブに呼び出しを受けたのもその件でな。
It wasn't because of a report to the corpse, but from someone who put in a work order to find a friend who owed her money. But they soon found out that this person somehow could be linked to those who went missing. With that, the corpse belatedly joined the investigation. I didn't know there are other cases beside from Burroughs. But why the corpse? I mean, if it's related to Cheddis too, wouldn't the Royal Guard... Yeah, they wouldn't do shit. Well...
これは驚いた。貴様、自分にこの金以上の価値があると、そう主張したいのか？永遠に汚れた肉体を持つ低俗な女には、むしろ過ぎた金だろうに。貴様らのような下手者相手に、これ以上の金を払う物好きなどいるはずないだろう。
I recalled when I went to Cheddis and saw some Royal Guard soldiers treating her like a mere object. They didn't see her as a human being or a reliver, so they couldn't care less about any missing prostitutes. I frowned at the memory of them, mocking her back then. Sensing that I felt disturbed, Hugo continued without waiting for my response.
で、その件について話し合ってた時に。
きっとあの件だって思考を変えた奴が企てたことに決まって。
What do you mean by the other incident? Did something else happen?
あ、そうなんです。実は最近。
坊ちゃん、あの件に関しましてはあくまで坊ちゃんの想像に過ぎません。それに結末が見えているだけに年頃の女性に聞かせるには酷な内容かと。
そっか、そうだよね。ありがとう。 シャンが止めてくれてよかった。
で、そこの坊ちゃんたちがこそこそ話してたのを思い出してよ。
They were suspicious when they heard it was a topic not to be brought up in front of a lady. So they decided to come here to ask John and Mathis what they knew. They ran into John on the way, who invited them here after they explained their purpose.
それで、俺たちの予想は合ってるか？
これはもうごまかすことは不可能ですね。
Alright, so what info do you have for us?
それに彼女の身の安全にだって関わる問題だから。
Mathis straightened his back, and they began to tell Adolphe and the others what he was going to say back then.
皆さんの言う通り、僕とジャンはその事件について把握していました。でも僕たちやこの衛兵たちは全く同じ日に連続殺人を行っていたブローによる誘拐事件だと思い込んでいて。
奴を捕まえりゃどっちもまるっと解決。女の前で話さずに済むならわざわざ口にはしねえよな。
姿を消したのは女だけ。しかもその大半が身を削って売る娼婦。結末なんて分かりきってる。
It was clear no one wanted to talk about it, but the silence on the matter spoke volumes. The suspect was a deranged serial killer who was well known for murdering his victims through horrible, cruel methods. Meanwhile, the quiet disappearance of women remained obscured, though they met the same tragic outcome no matter who the culprit was.
ブローが死んだ以上、もうそんな事件は起きないはずだと安心していたのに。
Could it be that the suspect wasn't Barreau, but someone else?
俺たちもその可能性が一番高いと思うんだ
Do
け
we...
ど。
We've never seen Barreau's face as far as we know. Only the cloak and then the halberd weapon. But the person still wielded it like the OG Barreau we fought the first time. So how can we tell if it's a different person?
同日に起きるっていうのがな。別人ならブローの犯行日なんて予測できないよね。
ろくな情報がない段階で結論は出すべきじゃねえだろう。しばらくは娼婦たちが立ち寄りそうな場所を中心に聞き込みと行こうぜ。
お前も気をつけろ。夜は絶対に一人で出歩くような真似はするな。
Gotcha. I will not. Yes, I'll keep that in mind.
女性たちの行方についてこちらで何か情報があったらすぐに共有します。
John accompanied Adolphe and the others back to the entrance so that they could resume their night patrol. Mathis offered to escort me back to the orphanage before it got too late at night.
女性たちの失踪のこと黙っていてごめんなさい。
You don't need to apologize. I know you were just looking out for me, Mathis. Besides, the old me would have seen it in an even more negative light. I would have been convinced that it had something to do with it, and probably would have hated myself more. Mathis breathed a sigh of relief as he heard my explanation. But I continued to feel unnerved by the situation as a whole.
こうなった以上、今までと同じように過ごすわけにはいかないです。あなたの身の安全のためにも、 夜遅くまで僕の家での仕事は。
Understandable. I'm glad you're thinking about me.
いえ、しばらくはシュディ自体に近づかない方がいいです。
But I'll miss you. Even the daylight hours could be dangerous. I understand. I'm a little sad about it, though. I was having fun working with you on your novel.
僕もです。でも、僕がそちらの施設に遊びに行くことはできます。毎日は難しいですけど。
Yes, of course, I will. Oh, I forgot. I'm able to read the book you bought for me more easily now. If you come visit, I can show you one of the poems I really like.
楽しみです。書いている小説の参考にもなりそうで。
Our happy conversation brought us to an alley where... Are you serious? What do you mean? He's just walking me home. Why is there blood? Why? Who was killed? We're suddenly drenched by a rain of blood. I swear to God, everything... I know we were getting some sus situations, but everything was going so nice. I was waiting till it started getting really darker. Well, damn! Well, goddamn, they really said we got drenched in blood. In an instant, my and Mathis's clothes were soaked. Fucking hell, did someone toss it on us? Is it a body above us? As we looked up to see where it came from. Is there a body above us? Stop! What do you mean? Please tell me whoever did this is still not here. We cannot protect ourselves in this situation. Where is Eve? Where is Hugo? Where is Adolphe? The harsh smell of iron struck our senses. A woman laying in a pool of red, and... Shit! With more killings, are people gonna blame me again? Can we save her? I know we're drenched in her blood, but she can be saved, right? A young boy wailed and clung to her clothes. And there stood... There's no shot! The man we had pursued desperately. So there's multiple Barreaus, it's not just one person. He should have died in a deluge of acid. Well, here's the question. Is this the same Barreau Adolphe and Eve fought the first time? Because we only had the encounter with him and then the one who got burnt by the acid. How can we tell? The worst killer in history, who had executed so many innocent people. Why? What was going on? How had he come back from the dead? Barreau glanced at us for a short moment, before turning away with his interest. Barreau really said, yeah, I don't care if you saw me killing, doesn't matter. He then looked down at the young boy clinging to his sister. He aimed his bare hand at the woman and thrust his hand into her chest. Oh my god, he's actually gonna rip her heart out in front of the brother? With a forceful tug, he pulled out the heart that stored her emotions. A shower of blood rained down once again. Well, that will definitely traumatize you as a person. Do they have therapy in Cohen? Can they afford therapy? Bro, what do you even do in a situation like this? We just saw this man pull a girl's heart out of her chest. How do you even have the power to do that? The young boy's scream sent chills across my skin. He was going to be killed next. I need to save him. Bro, don't give me the option, please. I'm going to mess it up. We need to get him out of here. My mind was telling me what to do, but fear completely bound me in place. Then Mathis, who had been watching the same scene unfold by my side. Is Mathis going? Oh, he can resonate with what the little boy's going through. God, that was a good-ass scream. With a smell of iron in the wind, he quickly vanished. Colliding blades rang through the alley. Oh. Is this one only using a blade, not a halberd? Different? Is the different weapons how we can tell which burrow is which? Burrow blocked the strike from Mathis's blade, but in the next moment, I noticed Mathis's eyes were completely dark and empty. Mathis, stop! To my surprise, it was Burrow who responded, not Mathis. Huh? He should have found it easy to secure victory, but instead, he swiftly leapt backward. Before I knew it, he had landed on top of a wall that towered over all of us. I think he might be, buddy. I'm so sorry. Mathis did his best to try and chase after him, but I grabbed him from behind and somehow forced him to stop. Mathis, you can't beat him if you go after him alone. We can't leave the boy alone either. Decipher, hello, welcome, welcome. We're playing an Otome game with lots of angst and death, unfortunately. We are romancing our cute boy here, Mathis. He is the best, obviously. The killer, quotation marks, we're not sure if it's the right killer, that killed his brother is there and he wants to get revenge, so he's kind of angry at this point. Oh yeah, he's full of angry if he just called me death. The one thing MC hates. Huh? Mathis, please, let's show us some regret with those words. Did he push me? My vision went right. Before I knew it, what do you mean? Oh my god, we were doing so well with Mathis. We were getting him to open up about his trauma. We had some cute little sort of confession scene. We tried his hair. We were cute as hell, but now we're just like... Oh my god, there's the angst. I knew it. It was too good to be true. There were so many cute scenes. They had to toss the angst at us. Another man to fill your cabinet? Yes, he's definitely going into the cabinet. Huh? My head hurt. I didn't have a clue why or how I was on the ground like this. He actually pushed us over and called us death, dear god. Once Mathis kind of gets rid of his anger and is lucid again, he's gonna regret what he said so much. This poor boy's gonna be crying and begging. The only thing I knew was... Okay, we gotta help this other kid. He just saw his sister die and get her heart ripped out of her chest. So let's just help this child first, and we'll deal with Mathis later. The young boy was crying and looking at me with concern. Of course, everything was going so well, we had to just bring on the angst again. Mathis was here in front of me just a moment ago. But now, he had completely vanished from sight. Girl, we cannot worry about Mathis at this point. Still unsure of what happened, I somehow got up from the ground. The young boy then tugged at my clothes with a hand that was wet with blood. I feel so bad. There's literally nothing we can do, but Ro quite literally ripped this girl's heart out and ran away with it. I am so sorry. There is no saving your sister at this point. Oh, that's trauma. That's so much trauma. I don't even think there's therapy on this island either. Bro, was that his only family? Please tell me he had parents and it wasn't just him and the sister. Seeing him exhausted from all the crying made me immediately realize that the woman didn't have a backup. She couldn't be saved. She can't be made to revive her either? If so, then the least we can do is cover her chest. How do we explain to this kid in this moment that his sister is dead? We'll be like, we'll have the doctors do what they can. I dragged myself to her, as I couldn't get my head to stop throbbing. I spread my handkerchief over the gaping hole in her chest when I noticed the sheen of her black hair soaked with blood. Ah. I knew who this was. Wait! No! No! Don't tell me that was the prostitute we helped out the first time we came to Cheddis! Do not do that to me! Oh my god. Please, don't give me that flashback of the scene. Do not do it. Do not do it. It is her, isn't it? Oh my god! It's her! What the hell? It's okay, as brains farmed the shell to live out. Bro, they'd eat their heart. It's her too. Oh my god. They made the scene worse somehow. A character I actually liked, even though she was there for like 10 minutes. Shit. So... We didn't know she had a brother in this scene, but now we do. So that means she was a prostitute to make money to take care of her and her younger brother. I swear to God, this game is killing me. What the hell? I didn't get my special discounts. Damn. I knew this game's full of angst, but Jesus Christ, it keeps hitting and hitting and hitting you. There's no break. Why? Why you, of all people? I thought you told me back then that we could meet again. I don't think we're meeting again, unfortunately. Later. So, like, someone came and helped us, right? Where's Mathis also? Bro ran off. The Royal Guard arrived, hearing the commotion. Not the Royal Guard! They're so incompetent! Adolphe and the others came a while later, and I told them that Barreau had appeared once again. So... My head was struck hard, and the young boy lost his sister. So both of us were taken to Dr. Capuchin's hospital to make sure we were fine. Fortunately for me, the bruise I took to the head wasn't bad, but... Oh, yep. So when he pushed us, we hit our head. Has he not come back home yet? I swear to God, Mathis. That's right. I guess I really am death, the bringer of misfortune. We're doing so well with their self-esteem. I finally realized that the young man who sought happiness for himself opened the curtains of vengeance once again. Are we ever gonna find Mathis? Where does bro go? Chapter 3, please, Mathis Pove, where'd he go? Mathis Pove, please?
約束された未来も地位も何もかも捨てた。私が望むのは理不尽に居場所を追い出された彼女へ新たな幸福を与えてあげること。大事な大事な私の友よ。私のこの地はあなたへの友情と忠誠に捧げよう。
A few days had passed. The appearance of a robe was reported immediately to the royal guard and the royal family, but did they not care? They hadn't given any specific orders, so Adolph and the others were frustrated, unable to take much action. As for me, the bandage wrapped around my head was slowly being removed.
念のためにと数日入院してもらったが
That's good.
頭の骨に異常はない。退院しても構わないよ。痛み止めだけは出しておくから我慢できない時にのみ飲むように。
Understood. Thank you very much for your time, Doctor.
何？これもかつて事件に協力したよしみさ。
He went on to say that I probably shouldn't see another doctor since the royal family hadn't publicly announced what happened. Dr. Capuchin continued to speak in a calm manner as he recalled the incident that threw the country into chaos.
それにしてもあの殺人鬼に殴られたというのにこの程度の怪我で済むとは。
Definitely wasn't Barreau that hit us, but we didn't tell anyone that, right?
運がいいのか悪いのかわからないな。
I guess lucky, because no one really knows it was Mathis. He was wrong. The reason why I'm still alive is because it wasn't Barreau who struck me. I didn't remember clearly, but I had to understand my situation. Yeah, Mathis called us death and then pushed us over and ran after Barreau. Mathis was intent on going after Barreau, so he struck me in the head, then disappeared. Did he... It doesn't matter either way, but did he intentionally hit us in the head and we fell? Or was he trying to push us away and he hit us in the head and then he left? But it seemed like he hadn't returned to the Claude family mansion at all. Yeah, we don't know where this guy is, and that's very, very concerning. Ys and Adolphe seemed to have a hunch as to who actually hit me, but I kept quiet on the matter, so they respected my silence and didn't say anything. I'm not angry or holding a grudge about being hit. His brother's killer, who he thought was dead, had returned. A sister was killed in front of her younger brother. I knew how Mathis felt about his brother and how he respected him. Which was why I couldn't blame him for going mad with rage as he saw his own past through what happened. He bonked me? Yeah, he bonked me. It's just a little love tap, nothing too damaging. Still.
お前なんかに俺の復讐を邪魔する権利はない。死神風情が。
I was very confused by how Mathis yelled, even looked like a different person.
無事に退院されたのですね。大きな怪我がなかったようで安心しました。
Yeah, I'm doing great. How's Mathis? I know he's still missing.
我が主が本当に申し訳ありません。
What do you mean? I don't remember anything about what happened when I was hurt. have no idea what you mean, John. Ah, okay. Seeing me force out a smile, John quietly lowered his head. Besides, actually more worried about you, John. You look pale. From the looks of it, you probably haven't slept in a long while. Perhaps you should get some rest.
なりません。坊ちゃんがいつ戻られるかわからない以上。俺はクロード家の執事として、あのお方の帰りを待っていなくては。
If that's the case, then let me keep watch while you get some rest.
そんな、散々ご迷惑をおかけしているというのに、そんなことまでさせるわけには。
But at this rate, you're going to collapse before Mathis returns, John. Imagine what would happen if Mathis saw you unconscious. You blame yourself enough for not being fit to be a butler, don't you? I haven't submitted my resignation, so I'm still your workmate and friend. If you need help, please let me be of assistance.
本当に坊ちゃんは良いお友達を作られましたね。
I try.
ありがとうございます。それではお言葉に甘えて少しだけ。
I watched as John walked into his room, collapsed on the bed, and immediately fell asleep. Bro, how long has he been awake for? I let out a quiet sigh. I told him he should rest, but I'm the one who brought misfortune to this place. To be honest, I was planning on leaving after checking on the situation here, but I was so worried of the two of them that I ended up involving myself even more. Mathis, where are you? How long is it gonna take to bring him home? Your other brother is so worried about you. A day? A few days? A week? I changed into my maid uniform and went around the mansion to see if there was any chores to be done. Apart from some light dusting here and there, I didn't see much that needed to be done, especially after seeing enough food in the storage. 10 years? I mean, technically, the way this story is, he's not gonna make it 10 years into the future. People die by the age of 23 unless they make a clone of their body and transfer their consciousness into that one. So, unless he made a clone so far, it's not gonna happen in 10 years. I sat alone in the guest room, sipping some tea to pass the time. I thought of cleaning the place a bit, but it would defeat the purpose as John woke up from any noise I made. I never knew this mansion could be so quiet. This hour was unusually much busier. I would usually be enjoying lunch with John and Mathis around now. Is that how it is in this universe? Yeah, this island that everyone is in is cursed, so by the age of 23, you just die of this horrible disease of coughing up your blood. But there is technology where you can clone your body and then copy your memories and transfer it into a new body before you end up dying. And also that costs money. So if you have money, you can do it. So a lot of people have that and you basically stay young forever as long as you have the money to do it. But some people don't want to do it because apparently when you transfer over to the new body, feelings like love do not transfer, which kind of sucks for some people. Not that we're a very lively bunch. Sometimes I get quiet while we eat, but he would then mumble to himself about how good the food tasted, but not hearing his praise now. Yeah, this world is very full of angst. Like, it's just dark, dark, darkness every single turn. I never knew how lonely it could be here. I didn't have it in me to pass the time idly in the guest room. With no real objects, I went inside Mathis's room. Maybe it was from the room being empty for a few days, but the light shining inside was making the dust in the air sparkle. Few days? Hello? It's been more than a few days? His study tools were there, and his pens were completely dry. Oh, Astro, hello! Thank you for the raid. I really appreciate it. I am multi-streaming on Twitch and YouTube, so it's not up on the stream. But hello, raiders. I really appreciate it. Welcome. I am Lottie Starshot, your local magic girl with just a slight condition. We are playing a Virche Evermore, a tome full of angst. Lots and lots of angst, unfortunately. We just watched the lady get her heart ripped out, and her younger brother saw it. And now our love interest kind of ran off to try and kill the guy, but he's not back yet. So we're kind of just at a standstill waiting for this guy. So we pray for all of these guys. This game is full of angst. If you want to cry and just want to feel immense pain, this is the game for you. Yay, angst. Yes, it's just angst after angst after angst. Like, it was so happy. We were having fun with Mathis. He was opening up. He was confessing his feelings a little bit. And then it said, you know what? Let's have a girl die in front of her brother, her younger brother, who saw everything. And then let's bring up all the horrible emotions that Mathis felt when he saw his brother get killed too. Perfect. Yeah, this game is really, really, really good. Really good with the angst also. So Mathis was writing a novel, right? I then looked at the writing paper strewn across the floor. I randomly picked up one of the sheets. It must have been written on recently, as the last sentence was still incomplete. He was probably having fun writing this. Just when Mathis finally began to move forward in life, too. Why did Barreau come back to life now? I swear, it's 2 Barreaus. It's not more than 1 killer in this game. Also, Mother is suspicious too. It may have been the first time I had ever held a grudge against someone. I should talk to Mathis about this newly written portion of his story when he returned. If he ever returns, it's been like, what, a week since that incident? Huh? I held my breath. In the moment I felt something cold touch my... Is this Mathis?
なんだ、お前か。
Huh? Wait a minute, that's a completely different attitude with Mathis. What the fuck do you mean? That is not the Mathis I know. There's no shot. Seeing Barreau kill that boy's sister in front of him changed him. Oh my god, there's no way. There's no way. That is not the Mathis I know. Where is the cute, shy, bubbly Mathis? Mathis? The person I was thinking about had returned. He appeared silently, with a knife brandished against my neck. He would never ever do that. That is not the Mathis, I know. As strange as it sounded, being able to see him made me more happy than afraid. Welcome back? Are you good? I know you're traumatized, but... Where have you been all this time? John and everyone else was worried about you. More importantly, are you hurt? Don't tell me you fought Barreau all by yourself. There's no shot. No way. Oh my god. Yeah, I guess Mathis went through it because there's no shot. Bro would tell me to shut up like that. He would be shy as hell. He'd be... Oh my god, that's different from what I expected. Huh? Do we... I don't know how you can bring the OG Mathis back, but okay. Okay. Disgruntled. He put his knife away, began rummaging through his desk without another word. Though confused, I continued talking to him. No, I am getting John, there is something wrong with Mathis. Oh, you won't be slipping out again, will you? Oh. A difference in the cadence of his voice. What? OG Mathis would stutter over his words, and it takes a while for me to get out sentences. This one is so sharp and cold. So he's been chasing after Barreau this whole time. Huh? John, wake up, please, 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 please. He continued to look inside his desk and carelessly stepped on his writing papers on the floor. What are you doing? Aren't those part of the novel you were writing? Why are you stepping on... Oh my god, I don't like this. Oh my god, chat, give me a sec. I don't like this at all. Oh my god. I do not know how we're gonna get the OG Mathis back with the way his attitude is right now. We were doing so well. He was leaving the mansion. He told me about his past trauma and his parents abusing him, and now this happens. I really, really hate Burrow so much more now. No? What? What that? Hello? Oh, choice. Oh, don't give me a choice. Bro, what will work out? Oh no. If I force him to stop, bro, is he gonna hit me again? Like the first time he did it, I feel like it was a bit of an accident. But now if he actually hits me, I feel like there's gonna be purpose in that hiss. And he has a knife too. Would he? Mathis wouldn't attack me in this state, would he? Plead for him to stop. Would me pleading actually help? I don't know. Oh, I don't like this. Mathis is killing me. Okay. Let's think logically. Force him to stop. We actually approach this man. He has a knife in his hand. I don't think at this stage he's not above for threatening or hurting me just a little, like a little slash on the face or hands or maybe my arm to get me to stop. So there is that portion. The other one, plead for him to stop. I'm not technically interacting with him. I'm asking him to stop, but I don't know. Would actually forcing him... Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Would forcing him actually work? I'm trying to see. Actual action. Actually going up there to stop him. He might attack me, but maybe it makes him kind of realize, oh, right, you're still a person, hopefully. Pleading? Pleading seems like what I would usually do. But maybe we need to do a forceful hand, because we tried talking to him a bit earlier and he's just dismissing things. Okay, we're gonna actually, I guess, force his hand and hopefully he doesn't attack me. If he does, let's pray John will come in and save me, because I cannot right now. Did I do good? Did I do good? Stop! Mathis, please, please, please. I instinctively reacted, shoving Mathis away, picking up the papers from the floor. Don't step on me. Do not step on me. Most of them are creased, with footprints on them. But fortunately, none of them were torn. Oh, I hate this. Unlike the Mathis I knew, he looked down at me with unbelievably cold eyes. I couldn't let him intimidate me. Hell yeah, do not let this man intimidate you. The real Mathis is in there somewhere. This is your most precious treasure. Even you don't have the right to trample on it like this. Yeah, what else would it say, Mathis? I glared at Mathis as I embraced the papers in my arms. Please stop already. I held the wrinkled papers close to my chest, as if I were protecting my child. Mathis, you're mistreating your love and talent for novels, which you share with your brother. You're trampling on yourself right now. Are you so fixated on revenge that you can't even see what you're doing? Or do you think that taking your anger out on this will help you with your vengeance? Did I strike a nerve? I think I did. Without a word, he pounded the desk with his fist. Are you a child? He is young, but oh my god, there's no shot he's having a tantrum. He pounded the desk over and over again, as if he was trying to overcome me with sound. Wait. Let's be careful with your words.
僕の復讐を止める権利はないなんて言っておいて何度も僕の邪魔をして結局自分を死神だなんて皮肉っているくせに本当に大切な人を 一人も失っていないお前には僕の気持ちなんて何一つわからない。
Okay, so we're not gonna compare trauma here right now, sir. But if we want to, we can. Because as the MC, I've seen at least like 7 people die around me. You wanna compare that to your brother? Let's go ahead and do that. We can do the Trauma Olympics right here. He actually's about to hit me! What do you mean? He raised his fist to strike me from above. John, I swear to God. Oh, thank God. Yeah, Mathis. A shout resonated through the room. Before trying to understand the situation, John quickly moved to stop his master. Did he slap him? He sternly slapped Mathis right across the cheek. Bro, do not tell me a slap is all it took to bring this man back.
John.
You're not serious! You're not serious! Oh my god. Bro was so in the zone. A slap is what brought him back. Oh my god. Welcome back, Mathis. Yay. I'm glad you're back, but bro, can I get an apology? Whole name?
今のあなたはあなたを虐げていたご両親と全く同じことをしていますよ。
Oh, not comparing to his abusive parents. Hearing his words, Mathis's eyes swam in confusion.
Huh?
Bro was actually out of his mind.
同じ僕とあの人たちが
Yeah, okay. I don't know where we're going from here.
このグズメ、何度言えば私の言った通りに学習できる。
ああ、もうこれ以上私を苛立たせないで。どうして普通に喋ることができないの？
違う。僕ただ兄さんの敵を撃つのに邪魔なものを
Me?
払おうとしただけで。
邪魔なもの？彼女がですか？
I'm just your little maid, your buddy. I would never do anything to you. I would never stand in your way. Hey. The moment I met Mathis's quivering eyes.
たくさんの愛が詰まっている。優しいあなたにぴったりのものだと思います。
Like, see the difference between this Mathis, the one we know, and then that cold ass Mathis that got triggered by Barreau?
僕はもう取り戻せない過去よりもあなたと共に過ごす今が一番幸せです。
話せ！お前なんかに俺の復讐を邪魔する権利はない！この死神風情が！
Oh, you're gonna apologize for that too, right? Yeah. It was as if he completely forgot what he said and did before. Mathis suddenly went pale in the face.
なんでよりにもよってあなたにあんなひどいことを死神だなんて思ったことないのに。
Mathis held his head in his hands as he kept denying what he said in a mad frenzy. He suddenly fell into an uncontrollable state before curling up on the cold floor. I don't know if this is better or him just being cold towards me. Mathis?
俺が坊ちゃんをベッドまで運びます。厨房からお水を汲んできてください。
Okay. A few minutes later. Oh, thank God, he's resting. Okay. Mathis's cheeks were still flush red as he slept. I gently moved his hair away and placed my hand on his damp forehead. His fever is pretty bad.
坊ちゃんの様子がおかしかったのは熱のせいだったのでしょうか。
I'm not sure. I see some of the children back at the orphanage suffer from high fevers, but Mathis's actions and words earlier weren't the same. Does that have to do with that weird button thing on the back of his neck that definitely looks metallic, like something metal? In his case, it was like his whole personality changed. I've never seen or heard anything like it before.
ですが俺は坊ちゃんが神優との絆を自らの意志で踏みにじったなど信じたくはありません。
Please tell not Mathis. Claude should know. Claude dries his hair every night after he takes a bath, right? I didn't want to believe it either. But there was no way of knowing for certain until he woke up. I was also worried about Mathis and wanted to prioritize sending to him before thinking about what to ask later. Bro, how are we moving on? I'm sorry. This will be a little cold. I gently placed a damp, cold towel on top of Mathis's forehead. Apart from his red cheeks, the rest of his skin was pale. It was obvious that he was struggling to control the temperature, and even the wet towel became warm very quickly. He would probably have to endure this pain until John returned from the doctor with some medication to ease his fever. Nevertheless, I wanted to ease his burdens. I kept changing the towel over and over again when... Oh! No, she'll be crying, Mathis, no! Why is he so pretty crying? Don't do this to me, game. Yeah, it's me. Hey, buddy. Thank goodness, you're back. I crouched to the floor and peered into Mathis's face. How do you feel? Do you feel like vomiting?
Yeah.
He seemed to be suffering badly from his fever, but his voice wasn't as sharp as before. I breathed a sigh of relief. But he was still sharp enough to feel a sense of regret. Oh, you're fine. Tears fell from his eyes. His warm tears fell into his pillow, leaving a wet trail. Mm-hmm. I gently placed my hand on Mathis's moist cheek. I'm relieved to know that what you said and did back then wasn't intentional, Mathis. But first, I want you to focus on trying to reduce your fever. John should be back shortly with some medicine to help. I tried to excuse myself so he could rest in private, but he stopped me by tugging gently on my sleeve.
ダメです。今のうちにちゃんと
Mm-hmm.
聞いてください。
Alright, go ahead.
明日になったら僕は
What do you mean?
また
Oh my god! Mathis, no!
消すことになる。
That is not the solution to this problem, sir. What do you mean? Aren't you gonna rest here a bit longer, Mathis?
いいえ。僕は
Oh, he's still after that. I'm dying, please. Mathis, you're killing me. Stop it.
この屋敷で平穏に過ごすつもりは絶対
Okay.
ありません。
Okay, okay.
一人であいつを追います。
There's no way to stop him either. I just can tell. But why?
僕が抱いた未来に向かって進もうとする
Mm-hmm.
前向きな気持ちはあくまでブローが死んだから
Now he's alive again.
もう望みは果たせないという諦めから生まれたものだから
Yeah, yeah.
それが覆ってしまった今僕は何よりも復讐の感情
You honestly do not, but
優先
okay.
してしまう。本当は僕だって復讐よりもあなたとの穏やかな日常で生きていたい。僕はあなたの笑顔のために小説を書くのが好きだ。僕が生み出す一文字一文字をまるで生命の誕生のように喜び愛してくれるあな苦しいくらい
Stop it! No! Do not confess!
だから
Oh my god. Oh my god. Yeah, I knew this game had angst, but stop it. Not him confessing. When he's gonna leave out of my life forever until he kills Barreau at least. And we know that's not happening at this point, seeing how Barreau is. Oh my god. I got the confession! Yay! But at what point? Why? Mathis, can I punch him at least once? But still.
この復讐心を何らかの形で
Bro,
消化しないと
bro, can you kill yourself for me, please? Because I cannot handle this man going through so much more trauma at this point.
僕は前に進むことも終わりを迎えることもできない。あなたとの時間を幸せと感じることすらできなくなる。それ
Mm-hmm.
どころかあのどす黒い感情に飲まれてまたあなたにひどいことをしてしまうかも。
I want to be pissed off at him, but he's at least acknowledging those feelings, and he's scared that it's gonna bring those feelings onto us. I hate that so much. He's acknowledging things I want him to, but I need him to stay by my side. Which is why he needed to kill. Mathis said so, as he roughly dried his tears with his sleeve.
ここまで言ってもあなたは
Can I?
復讐をやめろとは言わないんですね。
Can I tell you to stop? Honestly, I want to stop you. After all, you're putting yourself in harm's way. But before that, I can't forgive myself for bringing misfortune into your new life. And I'm also someone who people want to kill out of vengeance.
Huh?
Mathis, I'm death, remember? There are many who hated death for bringing about the demise of others. Considering that, it was nothing short of a miracle that I was still alive.
そんなあなたの件は良心を元にしたただの言いがかりじゃないですか。
Not really. I'm a murderer to anyone who believes I am. Which is why I don't really have the right to discourage your revenge. But there is one thing that bothers me. If you're successful in your revenge, what are you gonna do after that, Mathis? Mathis let out a fevered sigh.
もちろん罪を償うつもりです。たとえブローが相手だろうと、殺人は殺人ですから。
Is there no future where we can just be happy together? I closed my eyes and sighed. I then opened my eyes. I see. I held back my tears and forced a smile. No matter the ending, I guess it'll be a while before I can read the rest of your novel. You're still gonna write it, right? He blinked his eyes, moistened with heat. I was committed to being the first person to read your novel. But you're going to go after Barreau and disappear from me. So even if you kill Barreau, and even if you do make amends, or even if you reach some kind of end, I will be waiting for you to return, in the hopes that you will complete your novel, Master Claude. Stop! Yeah. Until then, I could study the other language using the book of poems and the materials he lent to me. That way, when he returned, we could read all sorts of books together.
あなたはいつもそうだ。過去にすがりついて成長することができない愚かな僕を心配はしても否定はしないでくれる。いっそ好きにすればいいと呆れてくれればいいのに。
You're the one not giving me that option, Mathis. Hmm?
どんな相手だろうとわざと一人ぼっちにするような意地悪だけはしちゃダメだと小さい頃兄さんにそう教わりましたから。
Moving forward, no matter what horrible words were thrown at him for the path of vengeance he chose, so long as he remembered what he was told, I would always trust what Mathis said or did with confidence. For the record, I don't intend on simply doing nothing. To be honest, I don't want you to go after that killer alone.
それはできません。
Yeah.
以前のように捕まえることが目的のイブさんたちと一緒に行動すれば彼らに妨害されて、僕が奴を殺せる可能性が減ってしまいます。
I understand, which is why I decided, Mathis, I would do my very best. I'll give everything I have to beat you to it. Huh? What do you mean? We're gonna try and kill Barreau first? Mathis Pove? Please, please. You good, buddy? She watched over me until the sun set, and I sank into my bed as I watched her leave the room. Thanks to the coolness of the bedsheets wrapped around me, I was slowly able to think clearly again. Before she left, she proposed a deal with me. I'll let Adolphe and the others know not to get in the way of your revenge. In turn, I want you to allow us to go after Barreau in our own way. In other words, alright, a competition to see who kills Barreau first.
僕が無謀に挑む前に、
Mhm.
宣言通り出し抜いて、ブローを先に捕まえるつもりなんだ。
I had never seen a girl as bold and strong as her before.
別行動が確実で、妨害されないと分かっていれば、この屋敷に引き続き拠点として留まることができる。
Honestly, this was good news for me. I was planning on finding a place to sleep outside, thinking that she and John would try to stop me. It was hard to imagine myself sleeping on the streets, as someone who lived my whole life in Cheddar.
ブローの資料やナイフを手入れするための道具も運び出せる量じゃないし。
That said, I needed to adjust the time I was here to avoid seeing Lottie or John.
でも、彼女を危険な目に遭わせないためにも、彼女たちよりも早く、僕が奴を殺さなきゃ。
We just gave him more motivation, didn't we?
そういえば、勢いで。
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you
大
did.
好きなんて言っちゃったけど、彼女、あの言葉、
Bro.
どういう意味で受け取ってくれたの？
Romantically? That's how I took it. I wanted to think about it a bit longer, but I could tell my mind was getting drowsy. The wall clock on the first floor chimed at 10 o'clock. In that moment, I felt like someone was forcing my eyelids to close. And just like that, my mind turned off and was swallowed whole by darkness. Is that sentence? There's still some suspicions about Mathis. Not that he's a bad person, but in one CG, I'm still suspicious about that symbol/button on him. I went back to the first floor to let John know what I talked about with Mathis.
復讐そのものは
Oh,
やはり止められませんでしたか。
no one's gonna stop him at this point.
ですが、坊ちゃんがまた我を失い、姿を消す前に、あなたが例の条件を出してくれて助かりました。別行動をしようとも、必ず夜には戻ってきてくださると分かっていれば、こちらも安心できますからね。まあ、ブローが完全に死んでいてくれれば、このような悩みもなく、坊ちゃんもあなたとの幸福な未来をつかみ取れというのに。
Are you including me in this happy future?
俺は恋の気配には敏感なもので。
Of course you'd know.
と、からかいたいところではありますが、それは事件がすべて解決してからにしましょう。ロザリー、どうか坊ちゃんと彼女を見守っていてくれ。
Do we actually get a name? Rosalie? Okay. He gave his prayer to his lover as he held that pendant I saw before with a picture inside. The cover was broken back then, So I wasn't able to see the picture clearly, but... Oh. She has the same hair color as me.
ええ、とても綺麗でしょ。
Okay. So he didn't react badly with me seeing part of the photo.
彼女もこの美しい髪を誇りにしていて、毎日の手入れを欠かさなかったんです。
Mm-hmm.
懐かしいな。整えたばかりの髪を指先ですいたら、もうやり直しじゃないと叱られましたっけ。
John talked about her with pure love, but is it just me? What? His memories were definitely filled with love and joy, but the way he was expressing himself felt a bit strange. Stop, please! Why are we getting more suspicious with John? What? What is it? What did we notice?
本当によかった。どうかもう二度とこのようなことはしないでください。
Okay, what are we noticing?
坊ちゃんにもしものことがあったら、俺にはもうこの世で生きていく理由がありません。
Oh. Huh. Okay, that line is suspicious. Cause he says he's living for Rosalie. Was he... Thinking about it again. I'm wondering why John said those things before. That is suspicious. Didn't he have someone he wanted to share his future with? Let's not say anything in front of John, though. That wasn't all. Why hadn't I noticed sooner? Please watch over her and the master. Feels like yesterday. Scolded. Is that... He was talking about his lover, but... He was speaking in the past tense. John, don't ask him outright! You're not able to see her now, are you? I asked my question, hoping to ease the strange feeling inside me, but oh my god, I'm actually kind of scared of John a bit now. Hold on.
まあ、今の独り言を聞かれてしまいましたか。すみません。あなたが察していた通り、俺はほんの少し嘘を
Okay.
ついていました。
Alright. Can I still trust you?
俺の恋人、ロザリーとは、二度と会うことができません。
Yeah, I know that. Is there a different reason?
数年前、とある人物に
Oh!
正しく殺されてしまったから。
Okay. Okay, it's not as bad as I thought for now. I don't know if I can trust him though yet. I'm still suspicious. It's like he's telling me the truth, but at the same time, can I really trust him yet? So she was murdered by Barreau. I could only stare in surprise. He had been smiling so happily, talking about his future with his lover. But what he spoke about was something that could never come true.
実はこの写真は彼女が息を引き取った直後に
Okay, so she
遺体を
was
撮影し
killed.
たものなんです。だからシアン様はこの写真を悪趣味だとそう言ったのでしょう。
Okay, so he knew she was dead.
あの一瞬で彼女が死者だと見抜くとは、さすが素晴らしい目をお持ちだ。
I looked closer at the beautiful woman in the locket. She had her arms crossed across her chest, and her eyes were closed as if she was sound asleep.
もちろん彼女をリライバーとして蘇らせることも考えました。ですが以前話した通り、私たちは
Yeah.
お互いへの愛を失わないため、リライバーになることを拒否した身。
So he kept his promise with her at least.
ゆえにバックアップなど取っているはずがなかった。
So, no matter how much he loved her,
彼女を永遠に失うことを受け入れるしかなかったのです。
does Mathis know about this? He quietly shook his head.
俺と彼女の結婚を心から楽しみにしている坊ちゃんには
Oh, Mathis.
どうしても伝えることができなくて。
I got you. I got you.
なのでどうかあなたも黙っていてください。
My lips are sealed. I would not tell a single person. Kori-san, hello. Thank you for the follow. I hope you're doing well. Hope you love fictional men.
俺もブローを捕らえる計画に喜んで協力しましょう。
Bro, I'm not gonna tell him at all. That's for you to tell him. Dear God. They're just hitting me with angst and sadness in every scene. I cannot have a break. I promise. Even if I wanted to tell this secret, there is no way I can bring it up the ways things were now. But I still couldn't imagine what was going through John's mind when he spoke about his now lost lover. He said she was brutally murdered, but was she killed by Barreau? If so, I couldn't let him run free and take away another precious person from the Claude family. Oh, so that was the reason why she's been dead this whole time. Okay. John's not as suspicious as I thought, and I'm hoping he's telling us the truth, because if I get betrayed by John, I'm not gonna make it. Okay, Mathis Poe, what are we doing, buddy? I was committed to being the very first person to read your novel. But you're gonna go after Barreau and disappear from me. So even if you do kill Barreau, and even if you do make amends, or even if you reach some kind of end, I will be waiting for you to return in the hopes that you will complete your novel, Master Claude. Confession again! Okay. Oh, bro, we got the confession. I don't like how the screen is glitching a bit. I don't think we ever had those effects with other switches and poves. Is that a good or bad thing in this game?
Mathis Claude の物語に欠かせない素敵なお姫様です。
Hello? Was that in a dungeon? Why'd you flash to that little science thingy? That little laboratory? That's not in the Research Institute, is it? Uncle! Oh my god. Uncle. Bro, please, could you help me out a bit? What are we doing here? Oh no. What do you got to tell me, buddy?
あいにくと私の住処には災いの花しか咲いていないものでね。
Oh, you're good.
期待していたのならすまない。
I still love you either way. I've already recovered from that injury.
おや、何やら機嫌が悪い？それとも何かを憂いているのかな？
You must know what's on my mind, Anko.
まるで私が常に君を監視しているような口ぶりだ。
It had been a long time since we last met. He said he would watch me from the field of lycorices. It was as if he knew what was going to happen. He appeared in front of me at the moment I stepped outside for some fresh air. Barreau has appeared again.
そのようだ。
Anko, you warned me before, but you knew Barreau was still alive and kept it a secret, didn't you?
ああ、彼の魂が冥界に運ばれた痕跡がなかったのでね。
Okay. So, who did we kill?
ちなみに、夜に咲く美しき花々たちの魂の行く末も教えるわけにはいかない。
He's probably telling me to find out myself what happened to the prostitute. I don't know why you can't tell me what you know, but when you tell me things like that, it's like you want to provoke me.
我が同胞の素顔は
I fold so quickly for this man.
その愛らしさに免じ、一つだけ助言をしてあげよ
う。Thank you.
今回の事件の鍵を握るのはおそらく、君が一時の主人として慕う、あの物書きの少年だ。
Book-loving young man? You mean Mathis?
ああ。彼の行動次第では、
Oh my god. Bro. Yeah, you see the limitations too, right? Uncle let out a deep sigh, slightly disgruntled that his words were obscured. Okay.
あの少年を支えてやりたまえ。と、私が助言するでもなく君はすでに行動へと移しているか。いや、初めて出会った際は、すべてに怯える儚い少女だったというのに、いつの間にか男を支える立派な女性に成長したものだ。
After muttering that he was jealous, Anko disappeared. A week later, the Arpacelli royal family placed a gag order on Barreau's existence to prevent chaos from breaking out among the citizens. Again! Oh my god. Royal family sucks here. After announcing that Barreau was dead, if everyone found out that he was still alive, the royal family would completely lose face. As only one person was killed, the royal family was planning on capturing and erasing Barreau's existence before rumors spread. At least, that was what John thought as he told me with a shrug. Are we even gonna do that? Mathis probably left early in the morning to gather information. I was assuming this because I didn't see him when I went to visit this morning. John stayed in Cheddar to observe the Royal Guard's movements. As for me, we went to church? Oh, it's the corpse space. Okay. It kind of looks like a church, right? I was at the corpse space to ask Adolphe for help in going after Barreau. My bad. I'm causing you stress, right? I'm so sorry, Adolphe. Adolphe looked really frustrated when he learned that I was putting myself in danger again, but he and many who knew Mathis were worried about him. So he finally gave in after hearing me say that I would handle things myself, whether he helped me or not. Adolphe then went on to tell me that he and the usual crew were checking on Barreau. So regardless, he was planning on investigating behind the Royal Guard's back. He didn't wear his corpse uniform, so as not to draw suspicion of the Royal Guard and Barreau.
知ってるどころか、顔見知りだろうが。先日ブローに殺害された被害者はリライバーの娼婦だった。よって娼婦失踪事件にもリライバーとして蘇ったやつが関与してると考えるべきだろうな。
So we're calling a Barreau reliver. That would be the only thing that makes sense. They were unsure how Barreau was able to revive as reliver without any data, but he somehow got into contact with Xian to review his records. Instead of investigating Barreau without any leads, we might learn more by looking into the missing woman.
なら、同じ娼婦同士何か知ってないか、片っ端から聞き込みにでも行くか。
Yeah, them trying to go to the deliverer and leave the island. That's what it is. Lucas!
こちらにイブ君は、おや、皆さんお揃いで。給仕服ではない君を見るのは久しぶりですね。
Hi, it's been a while. Hi, Lucas. You're so pretty. Lucas?
俺に何か用事ですか？
はい。ですが、何やら皆さん真剣な面持ちのようですし、出直した方が良いでしょうか。
Lucas tilted his head with bewilderment, as he was unaware that Barreau was still alive. There was still a gag order in place, so we couldn't ask him to help, even if he did last time.
要件次第ですかね。手短な話ならこの場で聞けますよ。
ああ、本当にお伝えしたいだけだったので
Oh?
大丈夫です。
Is it from Dr. Capuchin?
君がシュディで探していた例の女性。彼女の行き先に心当たりのある方がクーネのとある酒場に通っていらっしゃるそうですよ。
Okay, we have info. That's good. Everyone quickly surrounded Lucas the moment he gave us the information.
それ、確かな情報ですか？
ええ。別の区を担当している訪問教師の男性とお茶をした際に何気なく尋ねてみたところ、彼女が今どんな暮らしをしているのか具体的に語っている女性がいたと。
Really? Where can we find her?
西のマルシェに隣接している小さな酒場と聞きましたが。
すぐに向かうぞ。
情報提供ありがとうよ、先生。
Thank you, Lucas. You're really helping.
また荷物でも何でもお手伝いしますから。
はあ。状況はよくわかりませんが、お役に立てたなら何よりです。
We gave our thanks to Lucas. He was looking at us dumbfounded, then quickly headed out to the bar. Please give us some good info.
ああ、あの子？
Yeah?
あの子なら今頃配達人のおかげで外の国で自由に生きてるんじゃないかしら。多分ね。
Mm-hmm. Huh?
外の国だと。
配達人？
え？彼女の行方が気になるってことは、あなたたちあのおまじないについて聞きに来たんじゃないの？
Yep. The deliverer. A man you could meet along the shores on the nights when the moon was hidden. If a woman were to put his favorite flowers in a bottle and raise them to the stars, this beautiful man would take her on a small boat and deliver her to another country. Apparently, it was a rumor that had spread through their line of work starting a few years ago. And if these women just disappear and there's no body left over, then they all assume that it worked out in the end.
その噂を聞いて自由と外への憧れを募らせた結果、そのおまじないを実行して本当に消息を絶つ子が結構いたりするのよ。
A beautiful man. For just a moment, Uncle's face flashed in my mind, but I doubted he would do such a thing. I quickly dismissed that thought. So what you said is the reason why so many women have gone missing.
姿を消した奴らはそんな現実味のない話を信じたのか。
I mean, with no proof otherwise, they all just believe it.
信じたんじゃなく、信じないとやっていけなかったんじゃないの？この国で23年以上生き、女としての幸せを手に入れるには必ずリライバーになる必要がある。それには当然お金がいる。だから唯一の財産である体を売る。
But even if they did, that and somehow became relievers.
汚れた体と記憶を保持し続ける女として男から永遠に蔑まれる運命にある。稀にお客様に見初められて結婚までこぎつける子もいるけれど、そんな運のいい子は一握り。そんな環境に閉じ込められれば外の国に憧れて信憑性のないおまじないにすがりつきたくなるのも無理ないでしょ。
She went on to say that there was a reason those who went missing were ignored and dismissed as unimportant cases. Similar to the woman Eve was looking for, most of them lived on the go without a permanent address, and no one saw enough value in their lives to care whether they went missing or not.
おまじないを試した子たちが帰ってこないのは無事に国の外へとたどり着いて
I feel so bad because that's not what happened.
愛する人と人間らしい生き方を送っていると信じているからってね。この間いなくなった綺麗な黒髪の子も貧民街に住んでる弟と一緒に外へ出るんだって張り切って準備をしてたっけ。
It can't be. Yeah, the death we saw firsthand.
来るなら私が夢を叶えて
She was really
出
ready.
るまでに来なさいよね。
Was this the dream she spoke about before? If so, she wanted to believe the rumors and saw the other missing women as those who were successful in leaving the island. At least, that was what I assumed.
その配達人とブローが同一人物なのかはこの話だけじゃわからねえな。
そうだね。でも一度配達人が実在するかちゃんと確かめた方がいいかも。
あんたはその配達人の噂を信じてねえのか？
興味はあるけれど私こう見えて結構長生きしてるから今さら人生に夢なんて見れなくて。ああ、そうそう。
ん？
そういえばさっき全く同じ話を聞きに来た子が
Is
い
it
たわよ。
Mathis? We all looked at each other. By any chance, is this person a young man with long hair and a pretty face?
ええ、いかにもいいところの出って感じの。乗客になると思って何人か声をかけてたけど全員揃って振られてたわ。
'Cause he in love with me. She asked if we knew him, and we nodded. This person had to be Mathis.
俺たちよりも先にこ
Hmm.
の酒場までたどり着いてたのか。
So it looks like he's really good at gathering information himself. He's really determined to kill Baro before we capture him.
あいつ一人じゃ何もできない坊ちゃんだと思ってたが案外侮れねえもんだな。
Because I was working with a corpse, I could question more people than I could alone. That also meant I would be lagging behind him due to the number of people involved. I did also ask him to return to the mansion at least once a day, since we weren't going to try and stop him so. I better make sure any information I learned wouldn't find its way to him.
で、これがそのおまじないに必要な瓶よ。配達人には興味ないけど、この瓶自体は綺麗だから、たまに作っては眺めてるの。あの子にもあげたし、あなたたちにも分けてあげる。
Thank you very much. We'll put it to good use.
どういたしまして。調べるだけで外に出るつもりがないなら、うっかり船に乗らないよう気をつけてね。
I'll try. Let me save. Cause a lot of things have happened. Wait, Mathis Pove? Hold on, let's do Mathis Pove, then I'll save. My head really hurt. My fever was already gone, but I felt like my health was deteriorating by the day. Which is why I had to take a rest on the nearby bench.
ブローとつながりがあるかもしれない配達人の存在。雲行きからして明日の夜は月が隠れるだろうからその時に海に向かえば何かわかるかも。でもその噂って本当のことなのかな。
それになんで花が必要なんだろう。あなたはこの配達人の噂についてどう思いますか？
I'm not by your side though. Oh. What do you mean keep doing that?
またやっちゃった。
It had been a week already. I wonder how many times I had spoken aloud to her like some kind of idiot.
寂しい。
Yeah, it is.
本読みたい。彼女と一緒に小説書きたいな。
I chose this path myself, yet I kept mumbling words of regret. I should head back to her immediately and forget about trying to get revenge.
ほとんどの人はきっとそう言うんだろうな。
But I didn't need to be told that. I thought about it many times already, but she knew exactly why I couldn't. Okay, Mathis.
殺せ殺せ殺せ殺せ殺せ殺せ殺せあの血に濡れた醜い化け物を憎め殺せ絶対に許すな
The memory of my brother's murder and my hatred for him echoed constantly in my mind. Oh, he's still sort of the same Mathis, with a lot of more angst and some killing thirst there. Each time I thought about her, the warm feelings in my heart were tainted with a different color. It was like I was cursed. I see that effect. See, my head is aching again. What in the world is happening to me? Can we talk about the button in the back? Okay, now I'll save. Hold on. Save. There we go. Let me go title real quick. No, title, yes. Because that is definitely it for the day, but I have words. Seamless. I need to get special. Gallery. There is something on the back of Mathis's damn neck that we noticed earlier. Hold on. Toggle extra. There! On the back of his neck in this scene, if you look closely, it looks very metallic, like some kind of button maybe, and it confuses me. Because as far as we know, we don't know anything of there being like androids or robots, anything like that. Like they have kind of advanced technology for the way their society is with the whole reliver stuff. And then like the cars and communication devices, but I don't understand this. He's not wearing his little choker in this scene, but he's wearing it in like other scenes in the sprites with the sleepwear. So that's suspicious. I don't know what it is. And as far as we know, John does dry his hair for him after he takes baths. So John 100% has at least seen this once. But Mathis doesn't know this is behind him, because when we talked about it, he thought we were making a joke, just playing a prank on him. So like, Mathis, I don't understand, like, what the hell that is. Like there's so many things it could be. Possible android / robot, maybe something that controls his emotions. It's too suspicious. It's just too suspicious, and I don't know how the game is to explain it, and I don't think I'm gonna like it, considering how angsty Mathis is right now. Oh my god, I just need happiness. Hold on, let me go back. Let's get a happy Mathis moment. Where are we going? Him looking cute? Yeah, here we go. Him looking cute as we see what he's writing, his cute little novel. Oh my god. Oh yeah, but that's it for today's stream. We got a bit more deeper into Mathis's route. I don't know how this is going to end, but obviously Mathis is a stewing in revenge and vengeance. That's all I can think about. And so he thinks about us, the MC, and then he gets all happy, but he's still scared. So I don't know how they're gonna end this, but I just know it's gonna be full of angst. I don't know what ending I'll get. I haven't checked how many different endings each guy has yet, but I hoping first one to be something nice, can be neutral. If it's just pure angst, and I'm not gonna survive this. Next stream will be tomorrow. I'm playing the ND visual novel To Eat a God. I've seen a lot of good things about this. I see it a lot on AO3 with reader insert fanfic, so I'm excited to play this one. So that should be it for today. Thank you everyone for stopping by. I really appreciate it. And I'll see you guys all later. Bye bye.